What's going on, guys? ChillisFM here, and I am back with another Halloween Cup team. I'm having a blast playing this cup. The meta of this cup does change very quickly, so I want to hurry up and show off my newest team. This team counters a lot of the popular picks at the moment. Before we get into the team, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe, and let me know in the comments below how your Halloween Cup matches are going. My new team features a Venusaur lead with Mandibuzz and Gengar in the back. I picked Venusaur because it does well against the multitude of Azu and Crustal leads I've been seeing. Surprisingly, as soon as I started running this team, I have barely ran into any Azus or Crustals in the lead, but that's okay, this team still does very well even if you lose the lead. This first matchup is a great example of that. Galvantula is not great for Venusaur. We do lose this matchup in the one shield. My hope is always that if I don't shield, they won't shield. That way they'll be very low health and I can bring Gengar in to Shadow Claw them down. However, my opponent here shielded, so they are able to take out Venusaur with a lot of health left on Galvantula, but that's okay. I'm able to get up to a Shadow Punch. This Shadow Punch will take them out, or I'll get their second shield. They go down and they bring in an Alolan Muck. Alolan Muck is a little bit difficult for this team. Dark Pulse will do super effective damage to Gengar, so we don't want that matchup, so we bring in Mandibuzz. We still have to watch out for the Sludge Wave. It is neutral, but it does quite a bit of damage to Mandibuzz. My opponent makes a big mistake here. They bring in an Alolan Marowak. Mandibuzz is going to be resisting both Shadow Ball and Bone Club, while both Foul Play and Shadow Ball will be doing super effective damage to Marowak. I'm really not sure why they brought in Marowak, but a lot of my opponents have been doing that. I really don't get it. Whatever, I will take it. It's really helping me out this game. He throws another Shadow Ball. Look, I'm just able to farm him down, have so much energy for this Muck when it comes back in. At this point, I'm just going to be spamming out these Foul Plays. They are resistant, but you know, when you add up 2 or 3 of them, they do chunk their health, and we're going to get them pretty low, and then we're going to switch in with Gengar. Gengar has a Shadow Punch stored, so we immediately throw that. Even though it's resistant, it is going to get their last shield. Now all I have to do is farm up to 1 more Shadow Punch, and this will be taking them out. That's a GG's. So what if my opponent would have stayed in with Muck against my Mandibuzz? Muck versus Mandibuzz is actually very neutral in the one shield. Since I properly shielded that first Sludge Wave, I more than likely would have been able to beat them out, and then it would have been Gengar versus Alolan Marowak. Gengar can get to Shadow Punches a lot quicker than Marowak can get to Shadow Ball, so more than likely I would have been able to take them out and still win. My second opponent brings a Mandibuzz lead. This is a big problem for my team. My best counter for Mandibuzz is Mandibuzz. And even then, most of the time I'm going to lose the mirror because I do not run Aerial Ace on my Mandibuzz. My opponent brings in Azumarill, which is a pretty hard counter. Both Play Rough and Ice Beam will be doing super effective damage, so I don't have a lot of hope of regaining switch advantage. However, my opponent lets 2 Shadow Balls go through. This puts Azu pretty low in farm down range. I'm going to go ahead and use a shield so I can get switch advantage. In hindsight, it probably would have been better to go ahead and go down and then farm down with Venusaur. Instead, after Azu goes down, their own Mandibuzz comes back in, and he's going to be able to farm quite a bit and have energy for whatever I bring back in. So here's the problem. Air Slash is going to be doing super effective damage to Venusaur, but if he has any dark or ghost type moves, that's going to be super effective against Gengar. I bring in Venusaur hoping that he doesn't have Aerial Ace, but of course he does. I throw my Sludge Bomb, but guess what? He's going to shield, he's going to protect his Mandibuzz. This is really bad. I go ahead and switch to Gengar. I'm hoping that he only has Shadow Ball, but he gets to move pretty quickly. It's going to be the Foul Play. I just go ahead and eat it. This game is over. I just go ahead and let him win at this point. So GG's, well played to my opponent. Mandibuzz is very difficult for this team to handle. Moving into the third matchup, I'm up against James Gone, and they bring in another terrible lead for me. It's an Alolan Marowak. Obviously those Fire Spins are going to be doing super effective damage to Venusaur, so I immediately switch out into Mandibuzz. But here we go again. Alolan Marowak is staying in and they're throwing a move at me. It's going to be resisted no matter what it is, unless this is the one Marowak that's actually running Fire Blast. They bring in a Victory Bell. Air Slash does super effective damage to Victory Bell. This means they're probably triple weak to Mandibuzz. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought Victory Bell in the first place. I shield their attack, and I'm able to farm them down. Then they bring in Beedrill. I was correct. This Pokemon is also weak to the Buzz. Now I'm going to bait with a foul play and get a shield, and then go for the Shadow Ball. This will be doing a lot of damage if it lands. Let's see if they give me the second shield. No, they don't. This puts them at half health. Now I want to bring Venusaur back in. I don't want Gengar to go out because drill runs would be doing super effective damage to Gengar. I'm anticipating the swap to Marowak, but it doesn't come. I'm at Frenzy Plant, they're throwing, I'm going to go ahead and eat it. I'm going to survive X-Scissor with a little bit of health, and then they swap right as I'm throwing my charge move. That's okay though, it still does a pretty good amount of damage to Marowak, and then I'm able to bring Gengar in. Ghost is weak to Ghost, so I try to farm him down with Shadow Claws, but he gets to a charge move. I know it's just a Bone Club, but I might as well use my shield. Now I think that they're out of shields, so I go ahead and I'm just showing off. I throw the Sludge Bomb. No, they still had one more shield. Oh no, this could be the game for me. But no, Gengar gets energy so quickly. I'm able to get up to another Shadow Punch. Holy moly, I almost threw the game away because I was just showing off with my big move. Please, please, please don't do that. Just take the victory. Don't make that mistake. I got lucky this time. So again, able to go into a game with a bad lead and turn it around and get the win. In the fourth game, I finally get the lead I'm looking for. It's a Crustal lead. Venusaur wins this matchup as long as Crustal doesn't use both of its shields. I throw my first Frenzy Plant and I'm expecting a shield, but no, they let it go through. That is great. They're going to be throwing X-Scissor at me. I'm going to go ahead and shield, and then I'm going to farm them down. Now I have one switch advantage, and I'm going to have energy for whatever comes in next. So my opponent brings in Galvantula. I go ahead and go for the Sludge Bomb. Frenzy Plant would be resisted. I'm hoping that they don't shield, but they do. They shield, that's fine. I'm going up for another Sludge Bomb. I'm counting their moves, but I guess I missed one of the boat switches. I thought they were only at 2, but I guess they were at 3. I might have missed one when they switched in. That's fine. Now I bring in Gengar. I don't want to bring in Mandibuzz against this thing because it's weak to electric type attacks. Galvantula is throwing another charge attack, so I shield, and then they bring in Quillfish. I overfarm enough to have 2 Shadow Punches, and then I swap in Mandibuzz. Since I don't have any shields, Quillfish could actually win this by first throwing Sludge Wave and then Aqua Tail. I build up until they're close to Aqua Tail, and then I go ahead and throw. I hope that they don't shield this and they go down. Do they shield? No, they don't shield. That's perfect. They're out of the way. They bring back in Galvantula, but since I overfarmed, I'm able to get to another foul play. This will for sure get their last shield, and then Gengar has a lot of energy. I actually have 2 Shadow Punches ready. I go ahead and throw the first one. I'm hoping that it does enough to take him out, and yes it does. If not, I would have had a second one. So GG's, well played to my opponent. So we finally saw the Crustal lead and we're able to secure the win, so very happy with that. Going into my final matchup, I'm up against another terrible lead. This is probably the worst thing that I'd want to see. It's a Shadow Mawile with Fire Fang. I go ahead and switch in Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz can win this matchup, but I have to watch out for Play Rough. Play Rough will be doing super effective damage to Mandibuzz, and a lot at that. They stay in. I'm not in the mood for baiting. I just go straight for the Shadow Ball and it lands. Oh my gosh, that is great. Now they're throwing their charge move. I'm pretty sure it's the Play Rough. It is. I shield. This is good. But now they have something else that's terrible for my team. Their own Mandibuzz. That's not good. And I go for Shadow Ball. I don't know why. Foul Play is actually better in this situation. So don't make that mistake. If you're only going to be able to throw one move, then yes, Shadow Ball is the way to go. But if you're going to be able to spam them out, then you want to spam Foul Plays, not Shadow Balls. So we go back and forth for a little while. I'm throwing Shadow Balls for whatever reason. He's hitting me with Aerial Ace, which is the better move for this situation. But I want to get him as low as I can before I bring in Venusaur. So Mandibuzz goes down and I bring Venusaur back out. Remember, Air Slash and Aerial Ace will be doing super effective damage to Venusaur. I shield and I'm hoping to get up to Frenzy Plant and take him out. I get there, and does he shield? If he shields, this is bad because he's going to continue to do super effective damage to me. Yes, he shields. I know he's going to get to another Aerial Ace, so I swap into Gengar. I'm hoping that he has to go to Shadow Ball and that he doesn't make it. Let's see, what is he going to hit me with? It doesn't matter, it's going to take me out. It is the Shadow Ball. So now I need to sweep his back line with Venusaur. He brings Mawile back in, that's not a big deal. I farm it down, and then Tentacruel comes in. If Tentacruel was a pure water type, then Frenzy Plant would be doing super effective damage and I would be able to take him out. But because of that poison typing, Frenzy Plant is actually neutral. So you can see it does a big amount of damage. but not enough to take him out. So I go down, well played to my opponent. There was just no way I was going to win against that team. So that's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe. This is ChillisFM wishing you good luck in your battles.